Aruba, officially the country of Aruba, is a constituent country of the Kingdom of Netherlands, physically located in the mid-south of the Caribbean Sea, about 29 kilometers north of the Venezuelan peninsula of Paraguay and 80 kilometers northwest of Curacao. It measures 32 kilometers long from its northwestern to its southwestern end and 10 kilometers across at its widest point. Together with Bonaire and Curacao, Aruba forms a group referred to as the ABC Islands. Collectively, these and other three Dutch substantial islands in the Caribbean are often called the Dutch Caribbean, of which Aruba has about one-third of the population. The capital is Ernest and the official languages are Dutch and Papiamento. Papiamento or Papiamento is a Portuguese-based Creole language spoken in the Dutch Caribbean. It is the most widely spoken language on the Caribbean ABC Islands with official status in Aruba and Curacao.
The island's earliest inhabitants were Arawak Indians who left behind red cave drawings and clay pottery and stone tools. In 1499, Spanish explorer Alonso de Ojeda discovered Aruba, kicking off the island's colonization by the Spanish. Due to the relatively low rainfall on the island, the colonizers did not believe that Aruba was a good place for plantations or crop growing. In 1513, the Spaniards enslaved many Caqueta Indians and sent them to Hispaniola to work on plantations and in mines. Some Indians returned to Aruba in 1515 and were recruited as laborers for cattle and horse breeding operations. Approximately 9 years after Alonso landed on Aruba, the Spanish crown appointed him as the first governor of the island. Aruba stayed under Spanish control for 137 years. In 1636, it was taken by the Dutch and occupied by the Dutch West India Company. As part of the Netherlands Antilles, Aruba came briefly under British rule during the Napoleonic Wars, but was returned to the Netherlands in 1816. In 1986, Aruba obtained autonomous status, the result of a popular movement led by the People's Electoral Movement to break away from Curaçao rather than from Dutch domination. In 1994, the Aruban government decided to postpone indefinitely the transition to full independence. A constituent country of the Kingdom of the Netherlands takes place in a framework of parliament representative democratic country, whereby the governor, in his capacity as the king's representative in the hoary head of government and of a multi-party system, executive power is exercised by the government. Federal legislative power is vested in both the government and the parliament. The judiciary is independent of the executive and the legislature. Executive power is exercised by the Aruban cabinet on behalf of the governor. The cabinet consists of the prime minister and other ministers. The governor is appointed for a 6-year term by the monarch, which can be extended with another term.
Aruban food has been influenced by its history and the diversity of cultures that inhabits the island. It has some very surprising elements. The Dutch left their mark by integrating into island's cuisine traditional dishes from another form of colony, Indonesia. The seasoning and mainstay of the Pacific country are very much in evidence at nearly all local restaurants and a part of most islanders' everyday diet. Basic dishes of Indonesia kitchen are bami and nasi goreng, which traditionally consist of leftovers and whatever is handy. Meat, chicken and vegetables are stir-fried and mixed with lomi noodles. bami or fried rice nasi. Each chef has their own recipe. Most Asian restaurants serve a bami or nasi special, which is a sampling of Indonesia dish with a local touch. The rice or noodles are surrounded with small servings of said pork, chicken, or beef mini kebabs with pinda, peanut sauce, coconut shrimp, chicken, fish, fried sweet bananas, sometimes breaded, and other traditional items. Another holdover of colonial days is a favorite snack. Liumpia, large egg rolls, second in popularity only to pistachio, regional favorite. These tender half-moon shaped fried pastries are filled with perhaps cheese or chop suey, curry chicken, fish, or beef. They are not empanadas, which are made with cornmeal, also another popular item. Pistachio is the Aruban way to start the day, usually paired with Malta, a strong root beer. A very unique dish to the ABC island is Hessiena or full cheese. Traditionally, Edam cheese came in a large ball. It was eaten by cutting or scooping out the soft cheese and leaving the hard rind, which was then filled with a stewed chicken, beef, or seafood. The halves were then wrapped together in a foil to be baked in a slow oven. It was served whole and opened at the table by cracking it with a ritual hammer. Today, any restaurant claiming to serve local food will have this on the menu. The hours-long traditional method of preparation has been replaced by surrounding the basic stew with melted Gouda cheese, which is milder than Edam. Aruban food could be described as peasant food based on what could be found regionally and cheap. Stoba stew is a mainstay. It can be made of chicken, gallina, meat, carne, goat, caribto, tastes like lamb or perhaps a touch gamier, or concumber, a sort of local squash. Pigtail is exactly what indicates nothing is wasted here. Favorite side dishes include pampona, pumpkin, plantain, fried banana, or fungi, the local version, polenta, very firm, that can be sliced or cubed. It is often fried and served with melted cheese. You can feel your arteries harden as you eat it, which is a beloved treat. Another standby is panbati, meaning beaten bread. It is a caramel pancake that is nothing like a tortilla, sort of firm breakfast pancake. Aruban food really shines in the assortment of fresh Caribbean fish available on most menus and fundamental to the island's diet. If you have never had fish from this part of the world before, you will find it revelation. The sweet, moist can taste of the local cash can convert the most ardent fish harder.
Religion beliefs in Aruba. No. What is religion? Well, religion is a belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. So, but today we're going to look specifically on the religion beliefs of Aruba. So let's up right into the lesson. Catholicism is a prevalent religion in Aruba. In 1991, 85% of the population claimed to be Catholic. Church attendance is much lower, and I mean it was like really low at that time. The first chapel in Aruba was built in 1750. Protestantism, the religion of the traditional elite, is embraced by less than 3% of the population. The Protestant Church of Aruba was founded by Lutherans and reformed in 1822, who both had been without ministers or churches until then. Lutheran and Reformed communities ceased to exist as separate entities.
Although officially it has no specific denomination, its present identity can be described as Calvinistic. 20th century migration led to the appearance of other groups, such as Jehovah's Witnesses, Methodists, and evangelical sects, not sex but sects, which is one having immigrated from Suriname during the oil boom years, another originating in United States, each comprising 2% or less of the population, as well as small communities of Anglicans, Adventist, Jews, Muslims, and Confucianists. Nearly 3% of the population claims to have no religion. The number of and participation in new religious sects and movements is increasing. Traditional popular assumptions about the supernatural are called brua, which spells Brua. Although the term probably originates from the Spanish word bruja, which means witch. Brua is not to be equated with witchcraft. It includes magic, fortune telling, healing, and assumption about both good and evil. Magic is conducted by Addison de Brua, which is a practitioner of Brua, and can be applied for both beneficently and maliciously. As a counterpoint to Christian belief, the evil spirit is called Spirito Malu. Belief in Brua is often not confirmed because of the low social esteem attached to it. That brings us to the end of the religious beliefs of Aruba.
Similarly to every other Caribbean country, Aruba has its own unique mixture of a melting pot. However, we will not be able to cover every aspect of culture as there is a time limit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you do enjoy. Have a nice day.